Lord, the
I'm curious to know more about what you're telling me about, because we don't know enough about all this stuff.
yes, that's why that's how they. And I feel like we were kind of sheltered out in this whole black neighborhood.
I mean, I think they did it on purpose
Yeah, I think they did it on purpose.
to protect you. I mean, sounds like it was very dangerous.
It was.
I have a question. I'm very curious to ask you.
Well, ask me anything.
It's kind of hard to ask your grandmother some questions.
You know, me and you always talked about anything.
When you were growing up down here, did you ever know men who were with men?
I knew one.
Tell
It's,
me about them.
huh?
Tell me about them.
Now, you know what?
Hmm.
As a kid, that's all I know. Now, I tell you who can tell you about it.
Mhm.
That's Lonzo.
Mhm.
And David can tell you. David is pretty crazy, but they could give you a lot of insight of what that, because, they kept it under the cover.
Mhm.
And, you know, that I just know he was married. He was married, had a family.
Mhm.
But he got bold. He used to talk to Lonzo
Mhm.
now. And, wait, now I got a first cousin, Larry's brother.
Mhm.
But he left when he was growing up.
Mhm.
He used, after he got grown and started visiting us,
Mhm.
where he used to hang with me and Laura,
Mhm.
his sister. We were just like this, the one down there.
Mhm.
But see, they just kept. He told he told me after since he been grown and visit, we all knew him knew he was like that. And I said, well, we don't have nothing. We embraced it.
Mhm.
Thomas will tell you that he was my first girl. I
Mhm.
said, we got nothing to do with
Mhm.
what you do.
Mhm.
Like some of the people wouldn't have nothing to do with it.
Mhm.
Because I had a first cousin to come. I said, oh, I've been knowing Thomas like that. I said, look, he your first cousin just like he still always was. That's not going to change that. I said, you don't have nothing to do with his, he had an auntie,
Mhm.
Sister Elmore. I can remember telling her that. No, not, she was saying, I don't want to have nothing else to do with my sister Elmore. How can you not love your nephew? I said, he can't help. We don't have nothing to do with that.
Mhm.
I always told people. And Thomas just, he loved her. He said, Alice, I used to want you and Laura's boyfriend so bad. Cause it, we didn't know too much about it, but we teased Thomas would always with us and uh, just acting like kind of like we did.
Mhm.
And it was he says one woman, Cornelius. He said I used to talk to her when I was a kid,
Mhm.
but he never talked to nobody else. Now,
Mhm.
he didn't talk to me till after he was grown, and I was living in Kentucky.
Mhm.
And Thomas would stop by when he coming down
Mhm.
here. And Arlene, Arlene just asked him anything.
Mhm.
And we just sit up and talk and laugh
Mhm.
and have fun.
Mhm.
Well, and he was, oh, my cousin, this is before Mama died, sitting up at her dining room table. We were talking there before. And this girl said, Thomas, why you ain't never married and had no children? Or
Mhm.
something like that,
Mhm.
These people was just that bad. These are backward people down here. I helped Wayne to say, I did not realize, I thought as the generations come along
Mm-hmm.
up, they would learn.
Mm-hmm.
Like I class people to be too much like me,
Mm-hmm.
that would learn and accept things.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what Thomas Alice tell her? And just laugh. Alice tell her, we now don't have no children. This was a cousin of mine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. I said, well, that's, you can't help what kind of sexual behavior, a life,
Mm-hmm.
of what these people are.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was just, you know, we embraced it. What you gonna do? Cat, we ain't got nothing to do with that part of our life. But now, this man had got bolder after we left.
Mm-hmm.
And Lonzo didn't see him out. Now, Lonzo and David can give you a lot of more insight.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, yes, it was, I forget these two kids. They was most our age. They had come to dances out here. And Daddy, no, they didn't know. I'll give them, they would dance together all the time. You know, they all could dance good. And they would be dancing at our dances together.
Mm-hmm.
And Dad and them, the adults always sitting around the school,
Mm-hmm.
in the building where they dance. And they told these both, the two guys,
Mm-hmm.
we don't allow that out here. Dance with the girls or something. And I went over to him. I said, Daddy, look, those are two gay people. I said, don't say nothing to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I told Dad.
Mm-hmm.
I said, because, you know, they will fight you in a minute. But it was just, they were just that ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know, nobody had never told me nothing. I never read nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just knew, you know.
Hmm.
And I told Dad and them, don't say nothing to them. I said, they are two friends. That's two gay people.
What did you call it then?
We call them sissies.
Mm-hmm.
I dressed it up and said gay. But that's all we knew to call.
Mm-hmm.
We call them sissies.
Mm-hmm.
And because when Thomas come down, that's what he told me. Tell her I'm a sissy. And we just laughed about it. Why? And Thomas used to he could just openly, he would really talk to you, know, after he know. But one of his cousins told him he went to see him after he left here and went to Detroit, one of Joe Kane's cousins. And he gonna visit Louisville and tell me that. Did you know? I said, look, George, did it change? Because Thomas was in the bed with his friend. Thomas had brought his friend to our house, but he never stayed on. He would come to Louisville and stay 2 or 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
He would go to a hotel, but he'd spend the days and we cook and eat and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And he lived, you know, they would have a room in a
Mm-hmm.
hotel. And we treated his friend. I got a picture of him and one of his friends.
Mm-hmm.
But
I seen once a picture of. I remember we were talking about it once. One and Uncle Wayne said it was a cousin. He didn't know. Uncle Wayne didn't know much about it. He just said there was a cousin. I think it was this Thomas you were talking about.
you saw a picture
Mm-hmm.
that I got.
Mm-hmm.
I got that picture now.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I'm talking
Where
about.
did he live? He moved. He left here.
He left here and he went to Kansas and then he went to, he lived in Masterson, man.
Mm. He's
Oh.
still alive?
Oh, yeah. Very much. It's Laurie's brother.
Hmm.
And you know.
So he's old as he's your age?
No, he's almost old. He's well, see, it wasn't maybe 2 or 3 years. Maybe at least
Mm-hmm.
3 years or more.
Mm-hmm.
See, he next to Laura, who is my same age,
Mm-hmm.
and he's next to her. Maybe we about 2 years old in Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
But when you was that close
Mm-hmm.
to each other's age, you grew up, went to school together.
Mm-hmm.
But we we didn't know it. I didn't have a clue about him being gay until, and then he started visiting me in Kentucky, and we just got to talking and laughing. Early when I lived on 13th, when Shirley and Junior would live,
Mm-hmm.
and from then on, Thomas just every time he come to Alabama, he used to come, and I did tell Thomas. His mother used to worry about, and Thomas sit down and talk. I said, "Well, Thomas, just tell,"
Mm-hmm.
and he told,
Mm-hmm.
and we talked to her.
Mm-hmm.
We talked, she talked to us about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just why, I don't know why I was like that. Don't make no mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Sister, that's still your child, embrace it."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Cause you can't control that."
Mm-hmm.
And she would be so glad. Talk to somebody. What can you say?
Mm-hmm.
You can't throw this child aside on kind of, he don't have the same beliefs or sexual things that you do.
Mm-hmm.
He's still your child. No. Yeah. And come to find out, I had gone to school with, but later, yeah, they just stayed in the closet
Mm-hmm.
and finally started coming out
Mm-hmm.
after I was grown and left from there,
Mm-hmm.
more and more.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But you said even when you were in school, you saw some people.
oh sure. And they were good. I don't know why though. That's right when I worked out to Central. The children treatment side.
Mm-hmm.
Two of my best friends, two gay people. They were so crazy about me. They would do, they were two white boys. And they couldn't get to work hard time to tell me what they done went out and what just would sit down and talk to me. I don't know why.
Hmm.
And tell me about they done gone out with this person. This is different people stuff. That's it. And they call me mom. I don't know. Shoot.
But down here, I'm just so curious to know what it was like in a rural community like this growing up.
Well, now this man didn't live not up in this vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
He lived down where off Crank. He got to switch down there, but he was a member of our church,
Mm-hmm.
and the people mamas them age
Mm-hmm.
didn't they didn't really, it wasn't this, nothing talked about. They said nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't talked about. But we, among us, my age, because me and Laura used to talk about Willie, the name's name Willie Pitt. And
Mm-hmm.
we just said he's a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
No. That's all we know.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we knew about. That's the one man in this community that was, well, he was old enough for my dad. He was an old man.
Mm-hmm.
that didn't just start down here,
Mm-hmm.
but they kept it away from everybody that they
Mm-hmm.
thought. But I think he had got kind of boldish down here when Lawrence and them, cause Lawrence and them, I heard Lawrence say a few things about him, you know, and you know, people down here teases people a lot about
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Well, you know, well,
What were they saying?
they just tease him about being gay. I'll call him a little girl or it was
Mm-hmm.
nothing. But I never did tease him. I mean, you know, I just talked to him like human beings, you know.
Why
That
would they talk to Uncle Lonzo and David? Uncle David?
I don't know. Lonzo told something about they saw him. I can't think they went to the bathroom or something, you know, something retarded or something. Lonzo, you know, he wasn't gonna say too much to me about it,
Mm.
but said that man said how he would have liked to have, you know, section. That's
Hmm.
I think something like that was Lonzo talking.
Mm-hmm.
But now I don't know, but you know, I don't know. I never taught. Well, Lonzo them never taught to. I ain't never taught Lonzo, but even Thomas used to try to get Arlene to go out with him, you know. And he used to talk about how Thomas used to talk about anything to you. I wish
Mm-hmm.
you could meet. Because he used to tell us how he used to was sorry after his cousin, you know, and stuff like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That, no, but as far as, and you know, I'm pretty sure because all the boys out really in this community around in here was kin to us.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody didn't move in or live closer, further towards Holesville, up in there, now those are the, you know, 'cause when did I meet Van? When I was about 14, 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They moved in this community from somewhere. But see, they ain't no kin to us.
Mm-hmm.
But every boy around here was kin. They were all mostly kin people.
Mm-hmm.
And the boys, oh, shoot me, man, so I'm going to get I think I'm 34 years old. But now, I don't, Thomas was the only one my age, other than some lived in Wetumpka.
Mm-hmm.
That was, well, they had got Moan Bowler. Because those two boys was the first one I ever seen at a dance that I knew what they was when I was growing up.
It was a school dance, or it was just a dance at school.
No, but see, like, y'all had big concerts in big cities to go to.
Mm-hmm.
We would have the dances over Union School.
Mm-hmm.
Our school we went to. It had a big auditorium
Mm-hmm.
and big room.
Mm-hmm.
And we would have bands from Montgomery,
Mm-hmm.
Claude Shannon, the kind of famous bands.
Mm-hmm.
And when nobody out here, we would have bands from Montgomery to come out here. And they would have a dance charge 10 cents to go in.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of our recreation out here.
Mm-hmm.
And as I can remember, we would have dances all through the year. Christmas, we'd have them down at Cousin Lance's house,
Mm-hmm.
have piano play out there. But those, I can remember those two boys,
Mm-hmm.
them two young men that time. And later on,
This was when you were in high school or middle school or what?
this was,
Junior high, I guess you call it.
I was in junior high.
Hmm.
Those were the first ones. Just come face, you know,
Mm-hmm.
be on the same, because we had nowhere to go. You
Mm-hmm.
know, just to be in this same building with them, be around them.
Mm-hmm.
So they would come out here to our dances. And, because, you know, I went, when I was going, went to training school. But in school, you never knew this. After I finished school, and I would visit back down here, and they would ask me, did you know so and so and so? You went to school with them? No, I didn't know. I didn't know they were gay, you know.
They didn't tease him in school? They didn't tease him in school?
They really didn't. We didn't. They would. It was the funniest thing. We had a strict principal.
Mm-hmm.
He was real strict.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't, only time that you might talk to, now in riding the bus, none of those guys was like, it was one.
Mm-hmm.
He was a very good friend. Me and Cotton was very good friend.
Cotton.
That was his last name.
Hmm.
A very nice looking young, smart. We were friends in school.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know he was gay till after we done finished school.
Mm-hmm.
And after I left here and come back down here, and then they told me, oh, you know, a guy I used to go with. Said, oh, you know Scott. I would find out like that. Oh, you know he's gay, and that's all he said. I said, oh, I didn't know that. But I know Cotton always liked to be around girls, us girls all the time. But I just thought he's just as nice. You know, I had more boyfriends. They wasn't boyfriend, but friend that was boy when I was coming up. I had a lot. Just looked like we hit it off, you know, as being just friends. But no, they didn't. And we didn't know. And I went to school with Cotton 3 years. They never teased him in school or nothing. But he was just, he did. Come think, when I think back, to show you how much I paid mind to it. I didn't pay mind to him being kind of female then. And then, but I think about, since somebody told me he was, I kind of think about, he had these few little ways. He was neat. He had the beautiful handwriting. He was real smart, you know. And he didn't associate with boys much. You know, like boys would get their game. You know how boys is in school and then girls is in school. But Cotton was just a real friendly guy. And I just liked it. And, you know, I wasn't outgoing. I was quiet myself. And he just used to just like talk to me. No, we were seniors. We are, and the boys and girls, when you're senior, your last year, you spend the whole afternoon just your class together with the boys and the girls. But overseas, you talking to a boy out on the campus, he call you in the office and all that junk. You had to sneak around what you did, and you was, you know, you was grown, cold, teenager then. But over didn't lie, boys and girls on campus to just, at recess to just associate together, you know, like. But no.
So what did they say? How did they meet people?
Who?
The sissies. How did they meet people?
Well, they met him. I really don't know. I don't know if I can't. If Cotton had a friend
Mm-hmm.
when he was going to school, I didn't never know about it.
Hmm.
I don't know how they know it. But it was these two guys, they lived in Wetumpka, I can remember them.
Mm-hmm.
They started coming out
Mm-hmm.
after I left here.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know. Because one guy had gone to school, he was married.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a friend, he'd all come out, and him and his wife got a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And I had gone to school with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know it. And I saw them after they got married. Him and this girl.
Hmm.
But it just wasn't. But I don't think. What Joe told me. Well, see, I don't go nowhere. I don't know. Now, Joe said something about when we first come down here. Said just the boys done got so. This is how he said it. Oh, Joe is kind of smart. You know my cousin Joe up there. He's just sitting there and talking. Say, Alice, you just can't tell who is straight and who is not or something like that. I said, well, look, that's one thing I don't do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't meddle in how people choose to lead their life.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that's their business.
Mm.
I cut him off like that. I don't know. And I wouldn't be surprised. It might be somebody in his family like that,
Mm.
But they still will try to, it's, and so he never said nothing else. Said so many of these men is women down here, something like that, Joe
Mm-hmm.
says to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I cut them off.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you remember them two little boys used to come down here that lived, they was cousins to y'all.
Who?
Well, they moved. They lived right up there on Milton Road, one of the first trails. Oh, you might not have met them.
Mm.
Well, they come down here. The oldest boy come down here. They were living here when you and Over was here. And that oldest boy said some of the kids was saying something about you and Over kissing up there or something.
Really?
Oh, he told me that. There you go. He said, your grandson. I said, well, I don't know. And said he told him. Now, this is what this young man, he's a young man. He kin to Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I told him, leave them folks alone. He said, it was your grandson. He said, I told him. He said, your grandson and his friend. And said, I told him to leave them folks alone. They didn't have nothing to do with it. Is any kids ever said anything to y'all? But anyway, he said, he came down here. Well, he comes down here. He come down here all the time. Come down here and get a
I mean, the only kids I've seen are in this trailer that's right up here, right at the curve, right at the turn.
On this side.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a house on one side and a trailer on the other side.
Oh, yeah. But it's a lot of kids live in these houses.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe, all those are Joe's trail.
Mm-hmm.
It was somebody lived there. I don't know if it was somebody lived there now because a lot of kids live back there.
Mm.
So he said they was. All he told me was those kids were talking about they seen y'all kissing up there. So.
Wow.
And said he told them to leave them folks alone. That he knows that you was my grandson. I said, well, they don't. I said, well, I don't. I said, they don't have me. I said, I don't. He said, we don't have nothing to do with what them folks do or something like that. He said to those kids out there. Now those are the only two people ever said something to me about, the different. So I don't know. But well, they just, for a long time, Thomas would cut his hair and come down here still as a man. And we told him that was miserable. Tell your mother.
What would he do? He would dress differently, look differently.
No, only thing, well, he didn't. Well, long hair. Well, I saw him on the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, I would always see him as he would be on his way down here
Mm-hmm.
to visit his mother.
Mm-hmm.
No, he didn't. He dressed in. He would wear boots. He would just wear tight clothes. He always wore. I never seen him in nothing but men clothes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he said he would have to. He said he had to change when he get ready to come down here. So and I told him I said, go and tell you, Mom. I said, you know how those, we grew up, we know how these people whispering behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
I said, tell her yourself. I said, you'll feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And so he went on and told his mama he was gay.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. What about among the white people?
Mm.
What about the white people?
Oh, shit, the white people don't. Well, you know, to tell the truth, that part,
Mm.
I never did like white people down here. I still don't deal with white people no more than I have to.
Hmm.
But they are, I have to, they don't. And me living in Montgomery, sure, I didn't know no gay people
Mm-hmm.
when I lived in Montgomery. I knew personally, I didn't know no. Is that